hit the record button. Rosemary. I love that. She is so sweet and gentle. She tells me she has cold hands. She tells me that oops, I'm not writing underneath my thing, my bad. She tells me that she has cold hands. This means that typically she passes medical. When I'm looking at her, she's just sweet, content. She's very crisp and clean, and she's also sitting down. So this is indicating to me that she may have had a hard time getting around toward the end of her life. Also indicating and just how sweet and fragile she seems to be right at the end, that someone was taking care of her toward the end of her life. She says that choices made at the end of her life were the right choices, and she's urging me to write down that we didn't get a chance to say goodbye. And then she goes like this, and she has kind of like, I was going to say shorter hair, but that made me feel like it wasn't going to be accurate, but I feel like she has short hair. She keeps like touching this fabric or this blanket. I don't know who this is to you, but maybe we have something fabricy of hers, something soft of hers. I just get such a soft sensation when I'm talking to her. I feel like I'm holding something. So I think that maybe we have a piece of fabric or something we made in honor of her memory, or a shirt of hers still, or like a moo-moo or something crazy, you know? Hi, Bales. It's been a while. I'm happy to see you again. It's nice to know nobody just dips. Y'all just go do your little human stuff for a while and you come back. You guys always come back, hang out with me. I love it. Okay, Rosemarie. She goes, well, of course I'm like a mother figure. She makes me feel like, let's say she's an old lady and then you're that person that comes and visits her and makes her feel like whole toward the end of her days, you know. Even if this is your grandma, even if this is your mom, and even if you didn't technically take care of her, you were there, and you are oh, thank you for voting. I feel like you are there and present, and you just, she's so sweet. She goes, she just makes me feel like I matter. And then she's showing me, like, I think we have bracelets or something she wore, like costume jewelry in honor of her memory. I can't see where it is, but I'm like, oh, nice bracelets. And I was like, oh, wait, did she have bracelets or items of jewelry that she passed down here in the physical world? All right, let me know who this is to you, how they pass. If any of this resonates, would love to know. Would love to know, because she just made an artwork for us. Would love to interpret it. Would love nothing more. Hello. It's your grandma. Yay. Okay. So, you guys must have had a good relationship. She talks about you being like her sunshine, you making her feel like you're not alone. I was like, it seems like an old lady and you're just this sweet person that makes them feel complete. Hi, Vanjie. Did you get to be around her a lot toward the end? Does the cold fingers make sense? Because she touches me. I'm cold. She touches me. Freaking cold, lady. You know? Woo! Little chilly over here. A little chilly. She also has a male over there with her on the other side. We took care of her in our home until she passed. So she brings over this male and says, oh, he passed medically too. And she nudges him. She goes, get over here. So it seems like significant other vibes. Just, I don't know about the cold hands. Okay. But you took care of her in her home until she ended up... What are the chances the reading before us did that too? They're all connecting today. And so she had said, and I know I'm looking at this, but when you get your recording, you'll be able to see this as well. But she says, thank you. Typically they say thank you when people are taking care of her toward the end. And she said, even if you did or did not do a lot of cares, maybe based on your age or whatever it is, you're the light of her. Hold on, I'm starting to talk to your grandpa again. You're basically the light of her life. You're what makes her feel grounded, and she just likes to be sitting there taking care of, just next to you and being in your presence. I really like this. So I don't know how old you were, but also she said something about her shirts. Like we have an article of her clothing in honor of her memory that maybe we still have, like maybe either clothing or this jewelry. The guy tells me he went down in steps, like he declined medically in big steps. Okay, and then we had wrote that that's probably Grandpa. Grandpa had a hard time, like, eating. His body, it was kind of like, he just kind of tells me his body was failing him toward the end. I have her red corduroy coat. And I love, she even circles right here. You say you have her red corduroy coat. I love that. I was like, is it a shirt? Is it a muumuu? What is happening? You have her red corduroy coat to remember her energy by. Ooh, that's a huge mouthful, actually. I love this. Oh, it's probably why, she could have given us that cold stuff to kind of show us about that coat. Sorry, I heard someone yell in the hallway. I'm like, what? It's like, mine's with his babysitter. Wasn't mine. That's all I'm worried about. Okay, and so then I don't know what relationship y'all had toward the end, but then she talks about you feeling like maybe you didn't get a chance to say goodbye, or it's almost like a disservice not being able to experience her every day in your physical world. She goes, it was plenty all right, Kato. And she's just very sweet. She has a very gentle way about her, and thank you for preserving her dignity at the end of her life. That's the biggest thing with families taking care of our elderly. First of all, we should get paid to take care of our elderly. My client yesterday, she's like, we live in Denmark, and you get paid to take care of your elderly. And I was like, what? That's amazing. So anyways, this male on the other side tells me he does the whole decline in steps thing. And then he tells me it was hard to breathe, and he was fine going, and everything's okay, and everybody's transitioned on the other side, and everything looks good, and you're intuitive, you're an empath, pay attention to your dreams, but also, if somebody, how do I put this? You're really good at reading people, call people on their shit, and don't give the keys to the castle to the Joker. It's pretty silly to know it's the Joker and keep handing the keys to the castle. Yeah? Aorta ruptured in his sleep. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. And your aorta is for your heart, I believe. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but if I'm remembering correctly, your aorta artery is in your heart, and that is wild. And his artery ruptured in his sleep. Wow. And your grandma looks at me and she goes, very traumatic, very traumatic. So I'm like, oh gosh, were you the one to find him? He bled out internally. And she's like very traumatic, very traumatic. I'm like, please don't tell me that you found him. And that would be very traumatic. If somebody bleeds out internally, that would be very, very, very traumatic. Holy monkeys. Holy monkeys, that's a lot. That's a whole lot. Wow.